I'm Martin Omondi, Senior Principal, Ugenya High School. This great school is towering so high academically, and since I joined here, I found them already on the path of high academic scores. So when I got in, and with the background of also good work where I came from and good results, I again improved on the programs. And truly the first results we got for the 2023 of the 274 students that sat for the KCSE exams for that year, only one remained. We took all of them to the university, and even that one who remained scored so highly under the seaplane that could take him to a diploma college. The rest transited to the university. Now again, we had a bigger number the following year. The number went up by another 110 additional number, because we are having a pyramidal type of school population, whereby the base, the lower classes are broader, much broader than the top. So every year we are increasingly getting a higher enrollment. So the following year, which was last year, 2024, we had a higher enrollment that shot from 274 to 383. That was fairly high. We again worked extra. When a number is so high, you work extra. So we managed to get again a mean of 8.255. This time round, we transited 368 out of the 381. We had the 383, but 2 didn't do exams. One passed on, one fell ill, and never wrote his exams. But for those who wrote the exam, 381, 368 managed to transit directly to university. Now, that made us drop slightly. Mean dropped slightly from 8.55 to 8.259. That is 0.25 something. Now, it was a small drop, but again, considering the standards across, because virtually every school did a drop nationally, but our margin of drop was smaller compared to other schools. Now, our position at the county, we still maintained. We were number 4, just as we were in 2023. So we were position 4, after Maranda, which was number 1, Rangala Girls, and then Malira. The 2 schools that were near us, position 3 and 1 and 2, the marginal difference was very minimal, because they were all 8.3, as we were 8.25. Now, this year again, our number for this year is going to be higher. From 383, again, now we have 469 candidature for this year. Just as I told you, every year we are getting more and more enrollment. Now, we have programs that we maintain, and these programs are proven and they are making us manage. Most of our candidates, we put them through rigorous joint exams, and we clear our syllabi early. Other than that, we also do encourage them to do on-learning. Most of our prep students are doing their own discussions, their own assignments, their own things. No teacher aided. This one makes them to be very independent early enough. And then whatever we do in Form 4, we also scale it downwards, cascade it to Form 1 and to Form 2. Our Form 2 by now is also doing the same programs. Form 2 and 4 are sitting for exams, similar exams like in maths. They sit, they do a joint, internal joint. So every class is out and competing. Again, we also have robust motivation to our students that excel. And everyone in this family of Ugenya High School, we have very good programs. When they excel, we give prizes and awards. For instance, top students, even in internal exams, be it in Form 2 or Form 1, so long as they get as plain A's of the highest, we fly them for a weekend out in Nairobi, and they enjoy a tour of Nairobi at tourist attractions. They go to museum, they go to giraffe centers, visit places of parliament, any other place that would be educative to them. And then they fly back on a Sunday, where again we make a very ceremonial welcome right from the airport to the school with a band, scouts band, welcoming them back into school. This has really made them work and work. Our support staff are never left behind, because in a community where result is produced, every effort counts. Effort of the security counts. Effort of the cooks count. When they cook in time, they serve our boys in time, and therefore we don't lose time anywhere. Students get into their programs with a lot of comfort. Now, this year alone, we have taken our support staff during the midterm break to Mombasa for a 4-day holiday trip in the coast. That is for our support staff. We will later, in term 2, we will do for our teaching staff. And we keep doing it. Then again, we have organized for a prize giving day on 21st of March. The prize giving day is not only to award the 2024 top students, but is to recognize all exemplary performances of Form 2, Form 3, Form 4 parents. We also have parents who are very committed. We also award them. We award teachers. We award best in co-curriculum, all spheres. So our motivation is very robust in all spheres, and we capture everyone. That alone has made us to have a system where everyone strives to work hard, not to fail the system. We don't leave our development infrastructure behind. In a school like this, we are young. We are only about 14-year-old, meaning the school was started in 2011 as a center of excellence. Together, there are so many centers of excellence that were started in all constituencies in Kenya. But it is now the last one standing as the only one that has lived up to a top center of excellence. We are performing well, and therefore, there is also needed to also upgrade our infrastructure. We try to extend our land. The land was small. We have managed to buy a large parcel of land to be used as a playing ground, an extra playing ground. We are currently working on acquiring another extra land to expand the school so that future infrastructure are there. Because of this, we have also attracted funding and support by the CDF Ugenya. Right now, our dining hall, multi-purpose hall, is at the roofing stage, courtesy of the CDF Ugenya. And we are quite happy. All our laboratories are currently being upgraded, repaired, renovated, and fitted with the modern equipments, because we are also getting ready to be a STEM school beginning next year, when the first batch of the CBCs arriving in this compound. So putting ourselves ready to be a STEM school require that the infrastructural support system that are required are also put in place. That is being completed. We still want to acquire a van that will be taking teachers for joint marking, small collaborative meetings with other schools that are doing well, besides our bars, because our number is big enough. Of course, our population is around 1,600 students, 1,603, which is fairly enough for a 51-seater. So we want to have another backup means of transport, which we'll acquire in the course of this year. So we are getting ready to keep being a top center of excellence, both at CBC level and even as we face off the 844. Our syllabi is never covered only early in Form 4, but this work we begin early in Form 1. Whenever we admit students here in this school, that very day of admission, that evening, they are already orientated. By morning, we start our first lessons. Our lessons, we even have extra lessons on Sundays and Saturdays. So we've created many extra time for coverage. This is what has enabled us to clear our syllabus early. And it is started as early as third term in Form 1. Form 1s are done with their Form 1 syllabi. Then they started the Form 2 syllabi in Form 1 term 3. As they get to second term of Form 2, they are done with the Form 2 syllabi. Now, since they are supposed to specialize, we let our students choose subjects in term 2 or Form 2. So they get to term 3 when they're already working on Form 3 syllabi. Those who are picked on physics are just in physics classes. Those who are picked on CRE classes, business, agriculture, all those optional subjects, we are already there. So it is a system we begin as early as Form 1. So by the time now we get to Form 4, we have gradually improved in the coverage to the point that term 1, end of term 1 or Form 4, virtually all subjects are done. Right now, 3 subjects are done with the syllabi, and we are not yet done with the with the term 1. This is the methods we use. We don't begin it, we don't struggle only with the candidates class. We start it all the way back in Form 1. So therefore, we don't have backlog that we keep on postponing to the next class. When you have a large number of students, then get to know you also have a haven of talents. They can not only be good in class, but also in other spheres. So we provide several other pathways that they train in. The games time, and that's why we were buying an extra playing ground. We have a playing ground, yes, but we felt because of the high number, this playing ground would not be adequate enough for all of them. So we have also added some other places so that all students get involved. Mandatorily, they must participate in games, from where now we are able to see. Because being good in academic does not mean you can't be good in other activities. We have other side talents that we keep. God has blessed us with this large number that are able to pull all kinds of talents in music, in drama, in martial arts. All those spheres, our boys, we only give them room. All games times, they are busy. Weekends, there are time for talents, we are there. Then we have a cultural day. Every end term, we provide cultural day, where it is just a talent show. Every end of term, a day to going home, it is a talent show. So that's a day that they are free to exhibit whatever they have, and willingly. They are not even coerced. Just give us any kit that you have, a whole day, and we award them. So this is how we have managed to nurture our talents. As a school, we know too well that the ministry and the TSC are also having their plans to train teachers, and they call it retooling. But as a school, we have become so proactive, and already we have invited trainers into our school. Just during the midterm break, our teachers didn't break. They only went home for a day or two and came back. And we invited trainers here to start taking them through our own homegrown capacity building of our teachers. Of course, we know TSC will also do theirs, but we invited facilitators to do so. This is what we are planning to do from time to time. The moment we also close, we'll also spend like 4 days doing our own homegrown training. And we will do it continuously until we reach next year. Now, facilities, we have told you, as I had explained earlier, we have already made our science equipments renovated, the labs preparing for the STEM. That therefore means we'll be a STEM school. We'll have all the 3 pathways. We'll provide all the 3 pathways. We'll not just constrict our students to one pathway, because as I said, they are talented differently, and here therefore we'll also have a team that will take care of the sports and arts, science. Then we'll have social sciences, and majority will take STEM. Now, there is a hybrid of STEM and social sciences that also will go on here under the 3. So all the 3 pathways will be available in Ugenya High School. Well, the first pathway is the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, people think it will only be biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics. No. This is where we'll also have practical skills, woodwork, leather tanneries, handwork. All those are in STEM. Even making students to know how to do ICT and the rest, those are all in STEM. STEM is not just the sciences alone. Anything, that's why we have the aspect of engineering. And here, it can be software engineering like the ICT. Already we have as an ICT lab in school, well facilitated, well equipped. And again, we're also going to boost it in readiness because the world nowadays is ICT, is information technology. Now, sports and art. This is where we'll have drama, we'll have all kind of games, we'll have the kids like broadcasting, that is sports, and the drama, all those kind of things. But again, these things go with the communication skills. So things like English will be taught. Kiswahili must be taught to them. Then again, elements of mathematics, cuts across everywhere. They'll get it. And that is one. So when your child comes to Ugenya High School to do art and sport, it doesn't mean you'll only be in the pitch forever. The boys will be put in class to learn the art of communication, sciences, that is English and Kiswahili. Now, then we have the social sciences. Social sciences where we have the history, the theory, the geography, the business studies, entrepreneurship that is. Here's where we'll be training our students to come out and be great businessmen. This is where we'll be training our students to come out and be great lawyers that we know. So that is also the third aspect that we'll have here. So the three will be provided: STEM, social sciences, art and sports. Virtually every office in this school has got a Wi-Fi, a desktop. Every office in this school, starting with mine, plus a laptop. And then the computer laboratory has all these gadgets. And students are going through lessons. Another thing that we intend to do in future here, during the CBC, because ICT is like a life skill that every other child, anybody surviving in this world nowadays, must embrace ICT. And therefore, it is an integral part of our learning, even right now that CBC has not come into our school. Right now, we have a large screen out there at the academic square. The large screen is for students to learn subjects with animations, which we already have in flash disks that we only put for them there. The set books, they are able to watch. Most of these things, they operate by themselves because they are able to learn and access these things. Our teachers feed marks into the Iraqi system because every office, as I told you, has got an ICT equipment in it, plus Wi-Fi. We also have CCTVs covering everywhere, and that's what has made us not to be very worried about our ICT equipment, that they'll be stolen or what. They are everywhere is captured by our CCTV. Now, we only want to improve and ensure that every child has an access to this ICT equipment, not only for learning, but for as a life skill. As they transit outside, they are already an ICT compliant children from Ugenya High School. Actually, when we invited the Akode Foundation for our AGM last year, it was to just launch a program that already we were initiating. We were initiating Ugenya High Graceful Hands Foundation. This foundation is meant to help the vulnerable students that we have in our school. Earlier, we would have students who don't have shoppings. So as we go through normal checking, routine checking of their things, we discover there is a child without even a bar soap, without even a toothpaste, without even those personal effects that you would imagine a parent would not fail to buy. But then later we discover these are students that don't even have parents. Some have parents yet, but their homes are in deplorable situations. There are homes that are actually still below the grassroots. And we get very bright students that come from there, such places. So they are here. You send them home for fees, they can never go. Even the fare to take them home is a problem. Now, their own personal uniform becomes a problem. So such cases, class teachers would raise them up, that I have a child like this, and we do impromptu arambes, and we shop for them. There are teachers who picked adopted 2 or 3 to take care of. Then we saw the number kept on swelling. As I told you, when there is a larger number of students, then proportionately, there is also a larger number of the vulnerables amongst them. So this number was becoming so overwhelming. Each time, Mr. Principal, we have some here that cannot go home to get fees. Even those homes where to get food, when they are in school, that's like when they are comfortable. When they are home, there's a lot of worries where they'll even get their next meals because they live on well-wishers. Now, we fell and said, can we now just we form an endowment fund, a charity unit that we can now use to solicit for funds from friends of the school, from stakeholders, and then we take care of these kids so that we don't get overburdened, because teachers also have other burden at home. So this is what we launched and invited Kothe Foundation, because Kothe Foundation is also dealing with charity issues and also so rich in network. So when we launched it, first year and just after a term, we were able to pay school fees for 150 students, the beginning. And then 50 students had shoppings. But we sold it to parents and more parents got in. Some parents came and adopted children that well-to-do. Some were well-to-do and generous. They just adopted. They just asked, give me one child in Form 4 that is bright but needy. So through that, we can now say we have about 13 students that have been adopted by various parents out here. And then every year, we are able to, the money we have collected, we are able to disburse checks to the beneficiaries. So that is now the system that we are now using to reach out. Many people are coming in. Like during December, somebody, a stakeholder who works in Nairobi, learned about our story through a social media platform, because we have Facebook, we are in Facebook, we are in Telegram, we are in X, we are in TikTok, virtually everything. YouTube, we are a YouTuber also as a school. Now, he learned about us on YouTube, seeing what our students were doing during a cultural event, and then he got my contact and called. Through him, Ugenya Foundation, he was also running a foundation in Nyanza. He gave us a uniform for soccer, volleyball, as a donation, which our boys are using. He just learned about us. And it is the Kothe Foundation that taught us, kindly be in all media handles. And through that, people will see you. And once people see you, they'll relate with whatever you are doing, and then they come forth. Through that, we have attracted so many funding from friends of the school that only know about us through those social media handles. That is something that we have achieved in 1 year, and we are planning to strengthen it. And even when we'll be holding our AGM, we'll give a report about it. And also, as we give a report about it, we do it with the intention to attract more people to come in on board and keep assisting us. I would say as a school, we are most loved around here with the neighboring community that we have. But there must be a way in which the community sees us as friends. Now, whenever we have functions here, we invite our neighbors in. Like when we have an AGM, we don't even have enough space for parking visitors' car. There is a neighbors that are here who will always say, park in our compounds, let visitors park. Those are all our visitors. From the community, we embrace what we call local content in procurement. Most of our supplies come from the community, and they are therefore able to see that they benefit a lot from the school. Our mboga don't come from far. Our firewood don't come from far. Our grains don't come from far. Suppliers, chief suppliers come from the neighboring community. So they're already seeing our school as a market to most of the merchandise they are selling. And that alone has made us to be mostly loved by the people around. Of course, the labor force that we are having as non-teaching staff are all drawn from the community around here. The church. Our school is a CBE school, county education sponsored, meaning we belong to the government. We are not affiliated to any faith-based organization. We are not sponsored by the Catholic, we are not sponsored by SDA, we are not sponsored by any church, but we are a government school. That aside, we still partner with the neighboring churches around to come and pray, because the students need spiritual guidance as early as possible. So because our neighboring church around is a Catholic church, every Sunday they come here to offer spiritual mass to our students in the morning. Whenever we have a function, they are the people we do invite. When we are praying for candidates, they are the people who pray for our candidates. That alone also has endeared us to the church that is from this community. Well, I would only want to add that the path that we are picked as a school is meant to keep us be up there as a top center of excellence. When you are a top center of excellence, you try to be smart in all round. We try to prepare our students to be smart all round. We provide them with the facilities that can also enhance their skills, can help them nurture their talents. We give them the programs can make them perfect their intellect and cognitive skills that they have, so that they keep on scaling heights in academic and far and beyond. This is the ground where we can prepare our candidates. So we want to live up to our vision, our missions, and all our vision and missions are all geared towards making our students excel. Just excel in whatever thing they are out to do. ACTT has been the best partner so far to our school. I'm saying a godsend. When we started doing collaboration with the ACTT early last year, it is the first time we got the best school magazine, and our edition of last year captured so much thanks to the ACTT. This year again, which is going to be our second edition, we are looking up to generating a good magazine that will speak about us, and truthfully, because we are just reporting what we are truthfully as it is from the ground, a primary source. So when ACTT comes to the ground, they capture all that we do and tell it out there to the world. They get to know us. As I told you, we are a young school, but we have taken very senior schools that were here, traditional schools that were known, where people, even from the communities, if you never went to Yala, you never went to Maseno, you never went to Ambera, never went to Ngea, they talk about those big schools. And people hardly didn't know about us. They only see, which is this Ugenya High School? That is number 1, that is number 2, that every year is leading. Ilitoka wapi? So we tell them, yes, we are leading and beating all those traditional big schools. We started late, but we have overtaken them because we are doing the right things. That is what we are, and we plan to maintain. So ACTT being a partner here, it will also help us reach out to the whole world that we are no longer that young school. We are young but big in what we do achieve. And our achievements are big, much bigger than our age, and therefore people didn't know there is a big school here in Ugenya sub-county in Siaya County. Thank you.
Eroke fomaki, omake, eroke fomaki, jogodi okode. Eroke fomaki, omake, eroke fomaki, jogodi okode. Amilo jogo ka jogodi ogoda, amilo jogo ka jogo maber, buneno kaka milo dio. Amilo jogo ka jogodi ogo, amilo jogo ka jogodi ogoda, amilo jogo ka jogo maber, buneno kaka milo dio. Amilo jogo ka jogodi ogodo. Amilo teri laktar nuango tek makare kasto giloso kode kondoma. Amilo teri laktar nuango tek makare kasto giloso kode mondo pacho donje. Amilo nyocha donge ya feri amilo kelane simni koro. Amilo nyocha donge ya feri magi omane simni koro. Amilo dinangeo Amilo dinangeo watni